Welcome back, big queens and kings and all you relevant tweens. I'm back. I know I've been doing for quite some time now, but I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. Guys, I really had to take a step back from social media, YouTube, because life be lifing. And I know you all know that. You know, I know you heard me mention in my earlier videos that I was an educator, a full-time educator. And for the past couple of years, I have been challenged in more ways than one with this. I really want to get into those challenges, but just know that when I first started off in education, it was nothing like what it is today. So everything was starting to get to me, and I didn't find time to edit my videos. I didn't find time to post on social media. Guys, I've been filming videos. I've been taking pictures and creating content. I just didn't have the time to edit. And I just said, Victoria, just take a step back. Take a step back and think about what your top priorities are. And guys, I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm going to be selfish, and top priority for me right now is Victoria. I got to take care of me. My mental health took a toll on me. And I didn't realize that when I'm not right, everybody else around me that's important to me is not right. And so I'm not right. And I just really just had to take a step back from all of this content creation and just focus on me and trying to get through these last couple of years in my field. I'm always ready to retire, and once I retire, I promise you guys, I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to look back whatsoever. You know, I love my students dearly, but at the end of the day, the amount of stress that's coming from this profession is overwhelming, and I just really had to focus on me and what's best for me. If that means taking off, that's taking off. If that means somehow making it easier for me, I'm going to do that moving forward, because I only have a year of this left. So I'm back, and I will be showing some of those videos that I created. I'm trying to have more time to edit. And I have to also sit back and think about, well, what will be a good schedule for me? And I'm not at the point where I can post something every week or twice a week. So I'm thinking that if I probably do something like twice a month, every other week, as it relates to YouTube, that would be good for me. The more and more I get closer to my retirement, I'm sure I would have more free time to edit. So that's the route I think I'm going into. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I spoke about how I felt like I got bamboozled into education. Being an educator was not on my top priority list. It was not at the top of that list. When I was in high school, I did a co-op program. If you're not familiar with co-op, it's where you go to school for a couple of hours and you can leave and then go to your job. And they set you up with these jobs. And at that time, the school that I attended, Huffman High School, hello Vikings, I was a pharmacist technician. I had a job at like a warehouse pharmacy. I became a pharmacist technician. And that was the best job, because I saw these pharmacists and what they was doing when they little white jackets. It made me feel important when I wore my little white jacket. So I said, okay, when I grow up, I'm going to be a pharmacist. And so that was my plan. I was going to go to Auburn University, try to make it into pharmacy school, because they have a very good pharmacy program, and take it from there. I just had my mind focused on being a pharmacist. Well, I noticed that my friends were attending the Alabama A&M University, and my mom was like, okay, Victoria, you sure you don't want to go down there with your friends? And my plan was, when I went to Auburn, I had to take my general classes anyway before I get accepted into pharmacy school. I said, well, maybe I'll go to A&M and major in biology and then apply for pharmacy school and transfer. That was my whole plan. And so I got to A&M, and that was the best. Let me tell you something. That was the best decision I've ever made. Okay, as attending Alabama A&M University, I experienced so many wonderful things. But get back to the story. So I attended A&M. I majored in biology. My sophomore year, I found out I was pregnant. Here we go again. Life be lifing. And at that time, I was working at Walmart Pharmacy. I was a technician. So all this time, I had been a pharmacist tech. So I was already in the knowing of how to do this, how to read a prescription. Everything that I needed to know to be a pharmacist, I had learned during my experience as a pharmacist tech. So I was working at Walmart Pharmacy, and I just started noticing that pharmacists don't have many available hours. Now, mind you, I just found out I was pregnant. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I become a pharmacist, that's going to leave little to no time for me to be with my child. I wasn't married at the time, so I was like, okay, this might not work. What will be a substitute for me as a profession? What is another profession that I can go into that would be beneficial for myself as well as be supportive of my child? That's how I decided to become an educator. I had a biology degree. I went back and got my 5th year degree certificate in education. I passed the praxis, and there it is. I became an educator. And at the time, again, my mind wasn't, okay, you know, you're an educator now. My mind was still on becoming a pharmacist. I said, I just do this for a couple of years, and then once my son gets to an age where I can, you know, focus more on being a pharmacist, then I'll do that. But y'all, my son was active from day one. When I say active, he was so involved in his studies. He was so involved in athletes. He had friends. And I wanted to expose him to things that I necessarily wasn't exposed to growing up. I wanted to travel with him. I wanted to let him know that it's other things out there besides Birmingham, Alabama. And that's why I ended up staying into education, because I had that free time to show him during the holidays, during spring, during summer, that there are other things out there in the world, and that's what I did. So I saw myself getting further and further away from my dream job and just stuck into education. And so when I first started out with education, it was great. I really enjoyed my students. My first job was up on a strong administrative team. Hey, Mr. Evans, a strong administrative team. And I was like, okay, I could probably do this. It was more supportive back then. Not to say that the administrators that I'm currently with aren't that. They are very strong, and I absolutely love it. I feel like if I wasn't under a strong administration, I just don't know if I would last in this field whatsoever. I'm going to just be quite honest with you. So I'm boiling down to my last years. I'm getting back into this content creation. I'm about to shoot more videos. And I just wanted to stop in and just bring you up to date with what was going on with me. Again, I have to take care of myself. I have to start putting myself first. That's where I'm at right now. So again, I'm back. We're going to see what happens. If I get missing again, you guys already know what's going on with me. And it's going to be, as more and more I think about it, I know that I'm able to get through all of this because of God. So I'm just going to focus on my priorities, what's important to me, focus on my mental health, and then we're going to take it from there. So with that being said, I want to thank my subscribers for sticking with me, even though I have not been consistent. I'm hoping that will change. Share this video with someone. Let them know to come on over to Queensville so y'all can become queens and kings and world in betweens. And we're going to hopefully get this show back on the road. I love you guys. Again, thank you so much for supporting me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you real soon in my next video. Take care.